Hi guys, how's it going? Hello YouTube, hello TikTok. Was not expecting to come live on here. All the new people, let me know with a rainbow emoji down below. Really excited. You guys know it's going to be serious when I have my glasses on and I'm going live on TikTok and on YouTube. It's just super interesting how these things work. So I'm going to wait till a few people come on. When you're jumping on, let me know where you're from, where you're coming from, what lands you're from, and also like how you're feeling. Happy Virgo full moon or Virgo full moon week, depending on when you watch this. YouTube, I'm going to have this uploaded, so don't worry, it'll be on here. TikTok, you guys can go to my YouTube channel to make sure that you have everything. Hello. Sending a warm hello from Chicago. I love it. I feel like I attract so many people from those areas of the land. I don't know why. Make sure you like here on the live while you're here. And yeah, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. It's been a while that I've got to hang. I missed you guys. I really do. I had to kind of go on a hiatus because let me tell you, this Virgo full moon is making people so aggressive. The amount of aggression I've seen on the online world, not only in my space, but in so many other spaces, has been insane. Like, I don't know if anyone has been feeling that people have been so quick to be angry, but I felt it. Minnesota, San Antonio, Philly, hello's in the house, Atlanta, Chicago, Ohio, Indianapolis. Your energy is beautiful. I get extra. Oh, yay. Happy you're on. If it's your first live, let me know, guys. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Columbus, Chicago. Okay. So if it's your first time here, Vegas. Hello. Hey, Michelle. So nice to see you everywhere. I love it. Okay. So if this is our first time meeting, hello. I'm Shika. My intention here is to really guide you in whatever way that's meant. And I always say that if we are meant to connect, we are meant to connect, and we're here. And then this happens, and it's amazing, and I love it. And I talk about a lot of things along the moon, manifestation, medicine work. I am a medicine woman, so I work a lot with the earth, and that's kind of my intention here. And you guys on TikTok, you can see me here, but also on YouTube. So we're going live on both spaces now. You guys know that I posted on YouTube. I posted an energy healing for you guys. So you're ready and set to do 3 days before the jam and 3 days after. I also have a full energy update, but where this video is going to actually support you more and this space is going to help you, new here, hello, is that I am going to be going over into some deep stuff. I just finished a deep medicine ceremony with myself this morning, and I felt called. I felt called to come on here and just to talk, and just talk from my heart, speak to you guys, and give you guys some love, but also some direction of maybe some things that you are feeling right now during this time. But yeah, I really want to share with you guys. I want to do a little PSA for my community. Number one, I will never message you for readings. Okay. I only have one account. It is at Shika_Chica, SHIKA_CHICA. That's my only account. If I ever message you, some account that looks like me that messages you and says, "Hey, I feel this connection with you and I want to do a reading," it ain't me. Okay. I don't do that. I don't do readings right now. I did do limited time readings for February, but right now I am not doing readings. I'm not even taking like clients ongoing for my one-on-ones anymore that much. And if you do want to know when that opportunity arises, add yourself to the email list. Okay. So just want to share that with you guys. In the meantime, I have courses you guys can check out. I also have my YouTube videos. My intention for content online, TikTok, YouTube, is for you guys to have access to shadow work freely. So you can start right here, and that's something that I wish I had and I want to provide and pay forward to you guys. Okay, so I just want to share that. Let's do a little check-in. How are you guys feeling? What's going on? I'm feeling exhausted. This Virgo full moon has really hit me energetically. It is forcing me to be at rest. Just listening to all the comments coming in. Hey guys on TikTok. So I've just been so much at rest. I have no choice but to be at rest. And I don't know if anyone else resonates with this, because that is what this Virgo full moon is all about. It's about teaching you how you push yourself through exhaustion. Okay, what is not meant for you is not a time for you to force these things at this time. Okay, Hello, Florida. How are you? Feeling anxious, feeling excited, feeling overwhelmed. I sense you. I feel you. I feel you with that fully. Feeling a lot of just like testing in your voice as well, which I'll go into. But just do a little check in. Like, where are we feeling, guys? Like, tuning in, sharing that, drained, yes, tired, but excited for the unknown. I love that. We love that. I'm definitely feeling forced to rest. I can't put my weight on my knees. Feel you. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let's go into it. So, what to expect for this Virgo full moon? By the way, if you're on here, like this video. It does help the channel. YouTube's being this weird thing right now. It's not showing videos to people. So, I've been hearing this in the community. So, please, feels heavy. Yes, I resonate. Third eye definitely feels ready. Feels heavy. I can't speak. And then overwhelmed, a bit overstimulated. This full moon has been forcing me to recharge. Love that. I'm feeling energized and ready to conquer the world. Okay, love that. Birthdays. Any Virgos? Any Virgos in the house? Let me know with a Virgo emoji down below. Feeling forced and wait. 100% I feel you. Okay. So let's be present in the space. If you're at work, you're listening to this with one headphone, I feel you. I do that sometimes when I was at work as well, when I used to work and I couldn't be here fully. So that's okay. This will be here for you guys. Like I said, what energy you put goes, right? So you liking the video is putting your energy and intention here. But also just tuning into what you want clarity on as I'm speaking to you, because I know whatever the messages are very specific that I'm going to be talking about. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about with this Virgo full moon, guys, and I talked about it a little bit about Virgo is the energy of perfection. Okay. Round and round. This is the first card we have is round and round. So what this Virgo full moon is bringing for us is this circulation of like the same old habits. Like I'm feeling spirit showing me a red sign, stop, slow down. This is not the time to do. Now, you guys know that on my energy healing meditation, I brought you into this journey of seeing your ego, seeing your journey, and also seeing the beauty of being in rest. Okay, as well as manifestation, yes. But the intention of that energy healing meditation was to bring you on a journey to remind you why it is so important for you to listen to your body right now. Okay. This Virgo full moon is going to have a little bit of delays. This is not a time of creating new intentions. For those who are new here, your new moon is new intentions. Okay. It's all about full moon is ending of cycle. So where in your life are you being called to end a habit? Okay. And these habits are specifically revolving around the habits of, how you prevent the world from seeing you truly and seeing the work you've done by being a walking ceremony of your shadow work and healing. Sometimes we get so caught up in doing this healing that we forget to take a step back and say, wow, okay, this is the work I've done. And maybe I need some time to rest, hang up the hat, and integrate the cycle that I'm ending right now. Okay. And I'm going to go into cycles a little bit more. Everyone's tuning in, seeing all the comments coming in, guys. Let them keep coming. Australia, hello. Full moon has brought a lot of unexpected abundance. Yes, I'm going to talk about that too. Okay, so the next thing I also want to talk about is this Virgo full moon energy, and I use the cards visually. So usually I'll channel just through me, but I'll use them visually. This Virgo full moon is all about understanding, like really understanding that we can't push things that are not ready. Okay, we can't push things that are not ready. Something that came up for me yesterday that I wanted to share with you guys specifically here is that the human world, the 3D world is much slower than the spirit world. Okay. So, what happens when people go through a spiritual awakening or a huge rebirth? They expect the healing that they do on a soul level to be just as fast on a 3D level. And the reality and the honesty of that is it's only as fast as your alignment of your human in this world. So, this Virgo full moon is teaching us that maybe we need to slow down to allow those things to come a little bit faster. And you were conditioned that you have to work a little bit harder, do things a certain way in order to get X result. And you are finding out that that is not the case. Okay. So it's just this understanding that we're going into. Sorry, again, I just did happy. This is something that is like a big understanding that we need to tune into. I'm also seeing that there is this like energy, this kind of, I want to say 444. We just saw that. Claim that. Who's been seeing fours? This is for you. Um, your awakening, your expansion that is happening right now is causing you to really see people's true colors, including your own. And I'm going to split this into two passages. I'm getting a lot of messages as I'm talking to you guys, so bear with me. So, what this means is that, you know, at this time, you are being called to protect your energy from someone that you know is not good for you. So, whatever the person is that's coming up as I'm talking to you right now, think about an archetype of a person that you know ain't good for you, but you keep going to this type of person. You keep allowing this person into your energy field. And I do see a cord. I see cords that are connecting you to this person. This Virgo full moon is a great time to cord cut. I have a video on cord cutting, but to be completely honest with you guys, I'm going to do another video. And the reason why I'm going to do another video with you guys is because this video is like, there's so much more I can talk about cord cutting. And as I go deeper and deeper into the understanding of energy and the understanding of chords and the understanding of what that looks like, it's really important to know which chords to remove. Okay. So, best way to give you guys a little how to do cord cutting is when you hold the cord after watching this video, if it feels like it is like a very heavy, maybe it's like filled with kind of, I like to see it as like mechanical oil on it. Usually that's a sign that cord most likely is a good cord to remove. Okay. So if you're seeing that, it's removed. 999s, ending of cycle, right? So you got to end this with this person. It feels like this cord is being reattached. So what this happens is a lot of the times we say, oh, the person's trying to contact me. Well, subconsciously, there is a wound within us. Connect with the Virgo full moon, which is like this perfectionism, these habits that are feeding this on a subconscious level, that are bringing this person back to you so you can finally learn the karmic lesson that is here. Hey, Maddie. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Michelle. Hello, everyone. Hey, Davina. Hey, Caitlin. So I think it's just something that is so important to understand. So really tune in. Is there someone in your life right now that we need to get their cord out? Okay. And I'm feeling a lot of X energy. I don't know about you guys. I got someone from my past reaching out right when I'm starting to advance in my current relationship with my partner. And it's just interesting because I've talked to other people, same things are happening. So I do feel like it might be an X, it might be twin flame related, but I don't want to be too specific. If it resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't, throw it away. But what I will say is there is a cord cutting that needs to happen. Okay. Like I say here, because TikTok's asking me questions about cards and pulling, I channel and I use the cards when they're feeling called to, but I channel them and I use them for visuals. Okay. So this is the first thing. Then we have the other part of our cord, which is a cord on the essence of our ego. Okay. Right now, this Virgo full moon is bringing reactiveness. What does reactiveness mean in this sense? It means that you are more prone to react because this is a great time for people to come in and start to judge you. Okay. So the Virgo full moon is like getting these people who are just judging, criticizing you. And I want you to ask yourself, how do you cope with criticism? What do you do when the emotion of criticism comes up? Do you suppress it? Do you face it on? Do you suppress it through food? Do you do it through going to running in the gym and like running the anger out? Like, how are some ways that you suppress this anger instead of allowing yourself to sit and say, what part of my ego feels like it's being hurt during this Virgo full moon that is calling me to look a little bit deeper and see something that I haven't seen before? And it's a wounded part of me that I am now giving it to the earth. Okay. So this is such a big part. I want you to really think about, like, is it just that you feel like you're being attacked? And are you being attacked? Take a moment, take a breath. Okay. This is not a time to have arguments with your family. This is not a time to have arguments with your partner. Pick and choose. Okay. Pick and choose. This is going to be more draining energetically. And this is why a lot of you are feeling energy in your third eye. I know for me, I was feeling it a lot in your third eye, in your head, because you're too much in your mind. You're too much in what will they think? How will they react? How will they do this? Let me just keep lashing. Da, 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 da. It's like, no, we got to come back into our energy and tune in and say, okay, what is here for me to unravel and sit with? Because if I don't sit with this now, when I have all my manifestations and all these energies start to amplify because I am where I want to be and trigger people, I need to allow myself and say, I don't care. At this point, this is my truth. And if you are someone that you feel like every time you up level, there's always that energy. This is why I'm saying cord cutting. Cord cutting only matters. Guys, it only matters if you are going to take the lesson that cord gave you in your body and put it into action. What is the card we have? Change in the wind. Got some changes. This is what this Virgo full moon's about, right? So it's like understanding that unless you change your actions towards the way you're reacting to your partner, to your friend, to that family member, this cord is just going to keep swimming back to you. And you're going to, it's like weeds in the garden, right? If you don't attend to your garden and take out the weeds, of course your garden's not going to grow. Of course it's going to feel exhausted because it feels like it's fighting all these other energies and it's trying to get its roots down to the earth. It's trying to get its roots down from after all the healing it's done and integrating that. Should I? So I shouldn't curse them out. 100% no. This is not the time. Choose your battles. Like at least till the 10th of this month, 10th of March, 2023, please do not get into deep arguments. It's not a time, right? You're going to feel this energy. You're going to say things that you will regret. This is not a time. Take a breath, take a moment, sit with it. You need to sit with it because you are going to find something within that. And then once you do that, you're going to be like, thank you, Shika. Trust me. Okay. Trust me. I have been staying away from family members because I'm so triggered. Yes. Take that time, set those boundaries, but you can't hide forever. This is coming up right now. Notice when you're hiding forever from your family too. Okay. Because that is just withdrawing yourself from a trigger that wants to be healed and a wound that wants to be felt in this space. And I think that is the difference between those two spaces. Okay. And again, I'm just sharing, guys, this is the energy of this week, a week and a half. So 3 days before going into about a week and a half from that time. So we're looking at like around the 15th of March. This is going to be applicable for you. So regardless of when you watch this within that time, even if you watch it honestly after and you're like, oh, this is why this happened. This is why this happened. It will make so much sense. Another very specific thing Spirit's also sharing with me during this Virgo full moon that is happening on March 7, 2023, starting 3 days before all the way to the 15th, I really encourage you to be aware of how you say things on text. Like Spirit's showing me texting and it's showing me like, instead of getting into an art, sit with it. Don't respond to the text right away. Okay. If work's like messaging you about something that you don't agree with, take a moment, breathe. If your ex is talking to you, like take a moment, don't respond right away. Sit with the anxiety, sit with the emotions, sit with what's here. Allow yourself to see what is beyond. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of 444s and 555s, and we just saw 555. So again, this next message I'm going to be tuning into is for you. Let me know what is resonating with you guys. Like I said, what energy you put in goes. Liking, all of that is what goes and is an energetic exchange for what is this message. Let's see if there's anything else that's coming up. Poised. Okay. How can I be graceful in a time of change and turmoil? Okay. This is so big for you guys. I channeled something on TikTok the other day. It was a video. So TikTok, you guys will see it. But, and for those on YouTube, you can go see the message I talked about. And the channel message was this, I was sitting and I envisioned it. I can actually still see it now, where it was these golden gates, and the golden gates were 2 lions that were beside. So if you're a Leo, if you have a lion in your chart, if you connect with a lion or lioness or puma or jaguar spirit animal, this message is for you. But a lot of the times when we get to these points of triggering, we allow ourselves to fit and meet that energy so much so that we forget why we manifested and why we want to focus on whatever we're trying to bring into our life. And that overrides. And when we do that, it's even harder and we get burnt out. So during this Virgo full moon, you are more prone to get burnt out if you don't listen to your body. And I'm telling you, Spirit is coming with some deep messages. This is why I'm live here. Like, you need to take care of yourself. Self-care isn't just like take a bath, put some nice music, put some crystals around in some bath. That's great too. But if it's not intentional and doesn't feel aligned, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. We need to align with that. So really listening to, what does my soul need to be nourished at this time during this Virgo full moon? Where am I pushing when I'm not supposed to be pushing? Where have I understood, oh, this is deep. When have I been taught that the more I work, the more I get better results, right? But there's kind of a little fault in this saying that the more you work towards something, the more successful you become. If you're working to something that is not your purpose, if you are working towards something that does not feel fully alignment, then that energy is just going into the drain and you are getting drained in result to that, right? So yeah, my body is feeling exactly self-care. I'm watching all your comments, guys, as they're coming in. I see 333s everywhere. Leo here, amazing. The things on healing chords, love that. So drained. Yeah. So this is so important for you guys. If you guys have a lunar planner, did you guys get a lunar planner? For those who have, let me know in the comments. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I created a digital lunar planner online. It's only $22, guys. This is the best thing that you can get yourself this year. And in the lunar planner, I actually give you rituals and shadow work prompts beyond the videos I post. So you're going to be fully set up for the year to really have something, a tool that can keep track of your evolution throughout the year, right? Like times like this. And in that lunar planner, I go over a beautiful ritual for you guys during this month. So you can get that down below YouTube. The link is down below in my link tree. And for TikTok, you guys can go in my bio and you can check that out. Instagram, same thing. So where was I with that? So yeah, going back to the gates, when you're feeling the gates, it's like we are looking at the chaos on the side of the gates that we're in, right? And you have a choice. So after this Virgo full moon, and once things settle, things are going to be a lot easier for a lot of you, which brings me to the next point. How many of you are in your first or second Saturn return in Aquarius? If you don't know what I'm talking about, what you can do, go to astro.com, astro.com. You can go on there and look up, and I think it's astro.com. No, astro.seek. I think it was that one. But if you just look it up, Google it, you'll see it's one of the first websites. And yes, I'm so happy you have it, Elena. So one of the things is if you can go on there, you can find out when your Saturn return starts and around when it will end. Now, keep in mind, this is not definite because it depends on your transits. And if you're interested in that, you can get a full reading with that and all that from people who can tell you this, but it gives you an idea, right? Now, if you had a Saturn in Aquarius during this Virgo full moon, it is very important for you because for the first time in about 3 years, Saturn is no longer in Aquarius. Saturn is moving into Pisces for the next 2 years. For the next 2 years. What that means is if you have Saturn in Pisces, you are now starting a very big pivotal time in your life. Now, let's start with the Virgo full moon and how it affects you if your Saturn return is in Aquarius. Aquarius are people who are meant to upgrade through technology, right? So your purpose is really involved with technology or with society, with politics, with new structures of society. So you might be a white hat in politicians, people who speak out in a conscious way. You might be someone in school as a teacher. You might be a teacher of some sort. Or on the other end of that, you might be a content creator. You might be someone who wants to content create, maybe doing podcasting, maybe doing YouTubing. So right now, you've been working so hard on this the past couple years. And depending on your house as well, this will tell you where, but this is just collective so you guys know. So after this, 3 days after, so that brings us to March 10th, you are going to start to see that things are going to be a lot less hard for you. Okay. If you have Pisces, because I'm having a question from Princess on TikTok, where it happens if you have Pisces in Mars. So if you have Pisces in any other area of your chart, what I suggest you doing, look at what planet it is, read about the planet, and that is where you're going to have the most advancement in your life. Okay. Now, what if you don't have Pisces? It can still affect you collectively, right? Because Pisces collectively is bringing us responsibility to create boundaries with the people we care about the most and strangers. Okay. So you're going to be called, Saturn is the planet of responsibility, right? Saturn is the planet, the parent. It's the one that tells you, okay, you got to get your ish together. You got to get all your stuff together, right? So during this Virgo full moon, it's about you tapping into, okay, look at all the work you've done. You're kind of going into graduation. And the best way of explaining it is you are crawling out of the womb. This is so visual, but this is what I'm going to share. Today, you are starting to crawl out the womb. on this day, on March 7th, you're crawling out the womb on the other side of all the work and shadow work. And now you're saying, thank you for these lessons. Now I'm taking into action and things are going to be less delayed for you. Okay. So if you had Aquarius and Saturn, celebrate that. That is great. I know that you're feeling exhausted. The reason why you're going to be tired this full moon in Virgo is because you are going to feel like all the work you've done, it's like the last bit, the last integration. So the past week, you might have gotten a lot of tests and lessons back to back to back to back to back. It's because Spirit's trying to get you that final exam. Okay. Once this final exam is done, as of March 10th, you are now going to get a lot, especially finances, right? So if you're focusing on a project, if say, for example, for me, mine is on my second house. So that's responsibility, home, and finances. So I'm seeing a big shift in that area of my life. For you, it might be in family, in your third house and family, that might require you to, maybe you got pregnant the past couple of years, or you're starting the venture of, going into parenthood, whatever it may be. This is kind of where you can see how this evolution is going to step in. Now, I'm seeing a lot of people talk about Pisces. What does this mean? Now, you get a little preview before your Saturn return, okay? So if your Saturn return is in Pisces, what that means is that you are going to be probably the past couple weeks, you're starting to get a lot of things starting to uproot, and it's really focusing on you to take responsibility of your healing the next couple years, okay? Notice what houses it's in. How do you interpret the a lot of planets moving on the 8th house this month? So you can look into that all in there. I just want to do a collective today, guys. I'm not going to do specific. I'm exhausted and glad my Saturn return is coming to an end. Feel you 100% on that. So again, Pisces, you guys, let's talk about you. You are going to have the next couple of years some crazy ascension. The past week and a half for you guys, Pisces in Saturn, or wherever Pisces is evolving, some of you are already doing some dream work. You're already doing some upgrades in your DNA and you're feeling it. That's why you're really exhausted. The mind is being called to surrender into what's coming in the unknown. So this Virgo full moon is opening you to surrender, to take a break, to take a rest, because you've got 2 years to go through all your soul lessons and do some deep work and upgrade it. And the beautiful thing is that people don't talk about Saturn return is that this is an opportunity for you to, first of all, change timelines. You are now choosing, you are given like the remote control to choose to shift your life to make it easier for you. The second thing about the Saturn return and what makes it so powerful is you get really big upgrades in your life, and your life is going to be completely different from the moment you started it. Right? Now, if your Saturn return has passed and you have started your spiritual journey later, this has happened. I've talked to clients, oh, Shika, like, I wish I knew this. This was like 10, 15 years ago. I get that. You can still go back to that time if you had, a time in Pisces. Maybe you're going into your second Saturn return in Pisces in your 50s, early 50s. Then you can actually look and see, what was I doing in my late 20s to my early 30s? I had one of you guys message me on TikTok saying that, hey, what I was doing at that time was I got pregnant with my first daughter, and then I ended up leaving my abusive relationship, and like all these things, and they were connecting the dots. And I was like, yeah, so this is an opportunity for you to still do the work in between. So when your second Saturn return happens, it's much easier. It's much smoother for you guys. Reading your comments in a second. So Pisces is sun, but Saturn not there in my chart. It's another sign. So maybe it's not coming yet for you. You can check and see what that is. Don't forget to show support. Yes, please, guys, like the video. Makes a big difference. It puts your energy in here. Comment, share with a friend. It makes a big difference. Please, please. I would love that if it resonates with you. Okay, where were we for channeling? How are we feeling, guys? I know there's a lot that I'm sharing, and there's still so much I want to share. I also want to be mindful of your time, so I don't want it to be 2 hours, because I know I can talk for 2 hours with you guys. But yeah, it's just so potent this time. Now, another message I was getting with this Virgo full moon is you feel like doing nothing. Okay, so this is a time where you're feeling really exhausted, like physically. I don't know about you guys. I really tried to get myself to go to the gym today. I'm going to go tonight, but I was so tired, which brings me to tiredness. Your sleep pattern's off because you're not in a full dream state. Okay, so during 3 days before the day of 3 days after, and for those who are hypersensitive, you're even feeling it before, you are not getting the best sleep. Okay, and that is okay. That is completely fine. You're just doing some upgrades. It's okay. I'm currently putting and going to the gym. You just motivated me, Sunny, to go. Hello, all those who are joining. So yeah, this is kind of one of the biggest things that are coming up. I'm going to see if there's anything else in relation to taking a rest. Okay, what do we got here for you guys? Okay, so this is perfect. I'm happy that this card came out. Clean up. So this Virgo full moon is a great time to also, on the other side of being in a rest, is notice maybe where you need to do some things. So if you are someone who's feeling more energized during this Virgo, full moon, I would highly suggest you doing spring cleaning. I know I'm setting up to do that tomorrow once I rest more and just doing a whole bunch of purging. This is a great time. As I mentioned, month of March energetically is a great time to move. So if you're buying a house, great time. March, April, guys, great time to move. It's a great time to move if you're moving countries, cities, or moving homes. This season, this energy will support you. Okay. I would suggest just make sure you move and you sign any contracts before the 13th, I think, or 14th of April, because that is when we start the retrograde. Okay. So just make sure if you're signing any contracts that you're doing that now. And that's why this Virgo full moon is giving us permission, if you do feel more energized, to get that done. Okay. But again, be mindful of your, I'm laughing. Be mindful of your energy. Okay. So loyal heart, and you got the cleanup, and you also got the thinker. Okay. I'm going to go into each one because they work together in a very big message for a specific person. So listen up, tune into your intuition. You know yourself more than I do. This is saying time to clean up, time to clean up past lovers, honey. Okay. For those of you who've been calling that lover, that person, and you've gone through the trenches trying to get a partner that is in alignment with you, it's time to do some cleanup. Okay. How committed are you to your healing for you to allow yourself to receive the partner that is for you? Okay. We have 444 here. Again, who's the fours for? Who is the fours for? Let me know in the comments. Who's seen fours? Here is thinker. So it's saying you're in your mind so much, you're forgetting that this journey is all about committing to also the points where you feel exhausted. Like that is part of commitment. Commitment's also the part of you just doing nothing. Okay. Maybe some of you don't even know what that is. Okay. And when you're doing nothing, you can then get clarity of what you need to clean up in your life, right? What is causing you exhaustion in your life? A lot of the times I always tell people, if you wake up in the morning and you feel really tired, most likely you went to bed or you're too much in your mind, right? One of the biggest things I learned from watching a video the other day, and they interviewed this person who was a monk, and they've been like studying and being in the space of meditation for many years. And they were saying that a lot of the times when you're in your mind, which I really resonate with, we tend to disconnect our connection to our body. We tend to disconnect us being able to connect with our intuition and our inner insight. So this Virgo full moon is telling you that how can you observe in a time of rest to then know where you need to be more committed to yourself, your healing, your celebrations. And in doing that, you can then step forward and go in the right directions and go through those golden gates that I talked about. Okay. I'm reading your comments. Yeah, everything is so exhausting. Yes. I agree 100%. This Virgo full moon is a great time to get off social media, y'all. Get off social media. I know for myself, it's been hard. I'm here speaking guys on social media, but I just mean be mindful of your screen time. The reason why is because it's just during this Virgo full moon, it can be a lot of, like, if you see, for example, a very negative or very graphic video, it's going to penetrate the subconscious more than it does on a regular. So this is a great time for you to just really tune in. Okay. And just disconnect. The last thing that it's coming up for me, guys, here for now, before we double check with the spirits, is that this is like a big one. Immune system. If you do not take a slow down, you guys who are just workaholics are going to burn out. And when I mean burn out, your immune system, you're going to get sick. Okay. So let this be a warning from spirit that start incorporating some good foods in your rituals during this Virgo full moon to allow yourself to be immune based. So elderberry, amazing. Oregano oil, amazing. Okay, those things are going to be good. Rosemary tea, amazing. These things are going to be great for you to just really soothe the body, but also prepare you. Like a lot of the times we look at those things and we do those things when we're sick, right? And Spirit's almost teaching us, like, why do you have to do all the immune stuff when you're sick? Like, being sick is such a lesson, guys. When you burn out, and I'm sorry if you have to learn this way, but we all choose our choices. If you burn out, okay, at the end of the day, that is an opportunity for you to realize, why do you wait until things get horrible to take care of yourself? Why do we wait until we need to really get support, to call in spirit, to call in whatever you connect with, to then celebrate, to give offerings? I was talking to someone, one of you actually, in a reading a couple weeks ago, and they were saying, I do my offerings, I've been doing them more and more. And I was like, that's great. And they're like, yeah, I've been having a really hard time. I was like, do you do offerings when you are having an amazing time? They said, no, not really. And I said, well, this is probably why. Your relationship with the universe, source, whatever you connect with, is only when you are having a bad day. It's only when you are exhausted. It's only when you are going through certain things. So where in your life do you only add habits and behaviors when you are triggered, or when something happens and you go into that energy of desperation, right? And you go into that energy of dependency. Rescue me, spirit. Like, we got to clean that up, honeys, because that's just giving away your power. We're not here for that. So I'm just reading comments on TikTok. I'm not doing any card pulls personally. Can I Cash App you to tell me something? I don't have Cash App. And second of all, I'm not doing any readings. I don't do readings unless they're my private clients. And most of the time I don't do readings. So if you want to learn when I do offerings, and if I do an offering like I did last February, you can just add yourself to the email list. I do all my offerings, and email list knows I give you guys a little extra loving. Okay. So sometimes I even send you some downloads of the energy updates and stuff like that of the week. Okay. So what else do we have here? Yes. Energy lasts, a cord cutting. Let's see if there's anything else that's coming up. Hey, Cali. Hello, California. Okay. Let's breathe in. I want you guys to take a moment. Let's take a breath together if you can. Ooh, okay. This is a big one. So the other thing that I have to share with you guys, and again, this is very specific, is inner child related. And this Virgo full moon is bringing up perfectionism. Okay. The good student. Any of you guys, the good student, this is going to resonate with you. This Virgo full moon is making you feel like you're doing everything wrong. And really, it's just making your younger self feel like you're doing everything wrong. You're not doing everything wrong. You're doing great. This is just spirit sharing with you. Keep doing what you're doing. What part of you goes to that in the mind, criticizes yourself, and why do you do that? Okay, you learned this somewhere. And this could have been, I know for me, it comes from every time I would have a report card, I would show it to my parents and they would say, that's great. Where did the other 10% go? Right. So I grew up in a culture, and I grew up in a household where criticism was constantly, projected. Right. So in that environment, I had to make a survival and just like tune into, like, I can never be wrong. I have to be right. And that was my ego. And it created this ego idea of that. Right. I could never get criticism, could never receive that. So during this Virgo full moon, I do see that, like, your inner child is kind of connecting with you to kind of get peace, some final peace on some things. And some of you are going to really tap into some healing with your parents, whether they've passed on and they're transitioned or they're on the earth side. Know that there is still healing, okay, that is there for you. But the good student never really existed. It was just a way for you to, between two worlds, let's go into this. This is just a way for you to soothe yourself. Oh, guys, you're getting some deep messages. The energy today is super powerful. So we got between two worlds, and I asked for a clarity card here, and we also have all that glitter. Okay, so I want to make sure You guys can see that. So the between two worlds is really a representation collectively. You are in a space where, especially those in their Saturn return in Aquarius, you're kind of like there's a lot of moving things, and you just don't know where they're landing. You don't know what the result is, and that is okay. So this is just telling you like you are understanding, and you're having a hard time during this Virgo full moon of taking a break because you're so attached to the result of acting what you do. And this is your solar plexus. If you're feeling solar plexus being sensitive during this Virgo full moon, this is going to resonate with you as well. So what is your relationship with the material 3D world? Do you hate it because now you've gone through this spiritual awakening and you're like, oh, I can't have money. I can't have these things. This is not conscious. This is all these things. I can't be compensated or given. And this is where the abundance comes in because of X, Y, Z, right? What is your relationship with materialization? Are you over materialized? Were you taught that what you get in the world, how you get things in the world is your value? And if so, this is an opportunity for you to change that relationship with the material world, right? You're starting to recognize that reality and fantasy are being balanced in this Virgo full moon. So what is true, if you're too much in like fantasy, your manifestation so much in your upper chakras, then this Virgo full moon is going to drop you into reality with a trigger. And this is an opportunity to rebalance you at the end of the day to bring you back to your heart, not your ego. The other side of that, if you are someone who gives away your power, who's afraid of holding space, who's afraid of holding your voice, allowing people to see you in your voice and honoring that space, then this between the two worlds is saying, hey, we love this for you, but we also need to know that you need to be compensated for your energy, and you can't just allow people to walk over you like this. So your younger self is going through a huge battle of like, well, mom and dad said this. Yes, but mom and dad can be wrong. And that's what you're realizing, right? And you're going into that deep rooted space. But then your adult self's also going through this experience of like, how can I balance my spiritual journey and being a human as well? And being a human means resting and not doing all the work all the time sometimes. And for some of you during this Virgo full moon, 777, receive that. Who's seeing sevens? This is for you, 777 or 77. This is like this divine opportunity that you can be compensated for what you do. And, for those who have Aquarius and Saturn, like you are going to receive so much abundance after this for all the work you've been doing. It's going to come tenfold. For those entering in Saturn in a Pisces, this is going to be an opportunity for you to do the work. So then when you are done 2 years later, this is going to open up so much for you, right? So really understand, what is your relationship with prosperity? Prosperity isn't only money, guys. It's not just money. Why do we need money? We need money for the home. We want money for, the food we eat. It's not necessarily the money itself. It's what we do with that energetic exchange. And you're understanding that your energetic exchange is human, spiritual, emotional, physical. It's all levels. And wherever that you've been overexerting and overgiving, and when you're giving something away, it is your right side. So if you've been feeling pain on your right side, especially upper shoulder here, these are the burdens that you hold of other people that's been exhausting you. I've been pulling so many cords this week in my one-on-one clients of cords up here, ironically on the right side. Let me give you a little hint. Focus on dad, okay? This resonates with you with finances and receiving. We need to work on dad. Okay, you're giving. This hand, your left hand. Feminine needs to receive within us, right? We need to receive it. If we don't receive it, then we're just feeling like everyone's taking advantage of me. You're going into victimhood. Claiming that you're being a victim, claiming that is going to allow you to activate and receive the abundance that is your birthright. But until then, this Virgo full moon is going to feel so exhausting for you. And you're going to say, well, I need to work, Chica. I can't take a rest because if I do that, then this, and this, and this. These are all ways that your ego is creating excuses for something it knows that it is worthy for more of, and it's uncomfortable for you. So this, and if I'm triggering you, this is for you to understand and for you to state into, okay? So where are you in between worlds of balancing spiritual and materialization? And also, where are you between worlds, between reality and fantasy? And where do you need to be more realistic? And where do you need to really tune into that your reality right now can change in a matter of seconds? We don't know that. This is what we know now, but we never know later. 7-7 again, it's hitting. So I'm not doing any private readings, guys, for TikTok. It's just a collective. Anyone trying to less reactive trigger and been stuck in freeze state? Let's talk about this. This is great because we're going into inner child, and this was actually something that I've been doing so many soul retrievals in my one-on-ones. It's been insane. It's been insane. Ending cycles of soul retrieval. So what is soul retrieval? Why do people do this? And I'm going to focus specifically on one concept of soul retrieval because there's so much in here. When you're talking about freezing, okay, so let's just say that this Virgo full moon is triggering you so much that you feel like you're freezing in a moment, you're freezing in a space, you're freezing in an emotion, the throat feels like. This is usually a representation that there was an experience or a memory, whether you can remember it right now or not, that caused your soul to leave its body because it didn't know how to react and it didn't feel safe. And then when it went back to its body, it didn't really process the experience or trauma. Right? So soul retrieval is essentially bringing the soul back into its body, back in time, and allowing you to feel like the soul is safe to be here, right? Our soul is, there's so many pieces here, right? So if you're in freeze state, that's usually a sign that you don't feel safe. Why don't you feel safe in this emotion, this discussion, this confrontation? This is an opportunity for you to go deeper into that, right? So we talked about relationships, commitment to self, right? If this Virgo full moon is bringing you a past person from your past relationship, someone from a past friendship that is initiating you boundaries for you to then make sure that when your soul does come back into the body, it is integrated and it doesn't leave right away. It's like when you plant a seed, or even when you, I was talking to this with one of my clients, but when you have spring onions and they put it in water and then the little roots start to grow and then you start to plant it, right? So what a soul retrieval is, it's like putting the spring onion in the water, it's starting to grow. It hasn't fully started to grow its roots yet, and you just pluck it into the earth. Right? It's going to shock it because it hasn't had time to mature. It hasn't had time to integrate from water to earth, right? Oh, that is so, and this is another message. So water is the element of love, and earth is the element of our lower chakras. So sacral and root. This Virgo full moon, a lot of you feel sensually like blocked. A lot of you, and this is coming from a freeze time that you've had from a past trauma. Doesn't have to be physical to say, or it could be emotional, but it's this Virgo full moon that's calling you to drop back your soul, drop back to safety, allow the waters within you, the emotions within you, to be surrendered, to be let go. When you do that, you're giving yourself permission to bring your roots back to earth, to allow yourself to integrate as it's meant to. Card that came out, why? Okay. Why do you freeze? When you tune into the why, your body's going to feel heat, is going to feel an energy, especially this Virgo full moon, guys. Really use it. It's going to support you. It's going to support you. What is your why? Why are these things coming up? Why am I being called to take a rest? Right? Why, for some reason, am I having all this chaos in my life right now? Why am I cleaning up? And some of you might not know the why yet. Don't seek it in the mind, seek it in the heart. The heart will find it here. Right? So many people who are on their spiritual conscious journey, it's all about bringing you back to the heart. If there's anything that the medicine path has taught me so far, is that the heart is the deepest healer. And that's what we're learning with this Virgo full moon, because the people around us are going to project their hate, project their anger, the collective, right? See what's happening online. It happened in my world, right? People are projecting hate. Why are they projecting hate? Because you're triggering them. They're seeing something in you. They're seeing that you're light, and they want to. And that's why they're cord cutting and calling in those beautiful, divine, benevolent ancestors. Guys, during this Virgo full moon is going to support you, because you can anchor your life into the earth. You can anchor your roots, and your soul can say, okay, I can live in this body again. I can feel safe in this body, in this being. This is my body. This is my body. That I just heard that. This is my body. When have you felt like this wasn't your body? I know I'm going so deep, but again, wasn't expecting to go this deep. I guess everyone's just open and it comes up. So again, tuning into your why will land in the body and will be rooted back into you. But when has your body felt unsafe? When has your body felt unperfect? When has your voice felt it had to question its truth? The why is where we find the deepest healing and closure in this full moon. And when we can sit and when we can put the hat up and not avoid things and say that I'm too busy for this or that, these are all excuses you're avoiding. And if you're avoiding it now, how in the world can you hold it still when you have everything around you, when you have manifested the deepest dream that you have, and you have the eyes of the eagle seeing that all things are fully yours and abundant in your life? You won't be able to receive all the things you're manifesting if you don't do the healing, because you're going to reject it even when it's here, right? So it's so important. It's so crucial, guys. It's so crucial, loves, to honor that, to bring compassion. This work is deep work. You have lifetimes to do this work. Don't put pressure on yourself. Rather, bring compassion, take a break. In those moments of breaks, we can find so much depth and lessons. And that's why when I work with people one-on-one, I always focus on integration, because that I always tell them, what you're doing here for an hour and a half session is great, but what you're going to do after is really where the work goes. And this is not just with me in my world, but everyone else. Okay. I don't offer readings, by the way, love. Sorry, I was on TikTok, YouTube. Retrieval. How to start with soul retrieval. This is such a deep thing. Soul retrieval is so deep. And honestly, how do I say this? I'm sure there are many videos on YouTube that you can do a soul retrieval with. There are so many on here, okay? Online. The biggest advice I can give you is, one, go with what resonates. Two, know that, check in the person's energy. If you don't resonate with it, move on. Three, do not seek it. It will come to you. And four, your soul will retrieve sometimes on its own. There's so many elements of soul retrieval. Sometimes I go through soul retrieval in my dreams. The heart is the deepest healer, 100%. Let's see if there's anything more. I feel like I've given you guys a lot to digest. And again, I do have an energy healing meditation for you guys on YouTube. Go watch this. This is going to really help you while things are coming up for you, support you, nourish you. Tune into, how do I need to take care of my soul during this season? Okay, during this time, we're in seasons. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, this Virgo full moon is bringing a lot of blocks between solar plexus and sacral specifically right now at this point, this frequency on the actual day. So it's about self-worth, perfectionism and self-worth, and claiming that space. And then also sensuality. So we talked about soul retrieval, free state. You know, when have you had to feel like your sensuality, you have to question it? No, who's judging you in your sensual expression? This comes not only in like intimate spaces, but in all elements. Yin, feminine energy. This is the time to be in flow. Guys, again, action. Take action to be in flow. Yin is feminine energy. What does that mean? That means in this Virgo full moon is calling you to rest. This is like the most I've said in this whole message. Rest. Community. Don't be afraid to ask for friends. This space online, guys, share in the comments what you're going through. Connect with one another. Support one another. Okay. There's also a double-edged sword with this community. Those of you who are actively online, please do not entertain the people who are being triggered by your truth. You don't owe them anything. You don't owe them any explanation of why you're here. Why are you entertaining it? Right? When you start to be in your truth, when you start to pull out your tarot cards, when you start to do this healing, when you start to shift your journey, why do you have to explain to people why? The only person you have to explain is yourself. So there's this perfectionism of, I need to make sure everyone else knows why I do it. That's the ego. That's not your true heart center. Heart center is understanding the sacredness. And yes, you can share, but this is super important. Would love for you to post a sacral and blocking meditation. That's on my list, loves. I'm hoping maybe I'll do it for next month for you guys. That's like on top of one of my meditations beyond moon stuff. So don't worry, if you subscribe, let me know, and remind me in the comments as well. This moon is transiting to my 7th house and I'm feeling lonely. Yes. I can see that. I can feel it in my pits of my heart. You're welcome. Okay, let's see what our ancestors have to say, and we're going to end the video, guys. I feel like there's a lot here. I really would suggest you re-watching this because I feel like as I'm channeling, there's so much that's here. Even myself talking about it, I was like, I need to re-watch it for myself. So again, sit and be in that space. I'm calling you to take a few deep breaths into your body in this time as I take into your ancestors, calling benevolent ancestors to bring in whatever messages are meant for this Virgo full moon. Ooh. Yay. And also, guys, if you can like the video, it really makes a big difference. It puts your energy in the space. Again, YouTube is being interesting lately. When I give the eyes, you know it's serious. I'm just joking. Maybe. Okay, here we go. These are confirmations from your ancestors. Receive what resonates, throw out what doesn't, or maybe you'll resonate later once you see the other side of that. So the first card we have is autumn, okay? Release the old and rest. May I say more? Okay. We also have a crow raven energy here, raven here. Have any of you been connecting with the raven? The raven is also, and I feel like crow energy is like a rebirth, right? And a lot of you have, especially with the Saturn return in Aquarius, you have gone through a major shift. So this Virgo full moon is bringing you to rest and integrate. For those of you who've been doing a lot of work, especially the last few months, this is an opportunity for you to rest and be in your autumn. Right? Some of you might actually be in your autumn and your moon cycle, which is usually before you bleed. I know I am. I'm about to hit my winter in a couple days. So what that means is you're preparing, you're nourishing yourself so your womb has space to shed whatever she needs to shed. Okay. So, and even for all beings, we go through autumn. It doesn't like we all go through these seasons in our being. I just want to share that. So if you're in a season intuitively, energetically, where you need to rest, this is a time. Okay. You need to rest, integrate, allow your new roots to get grounded into the earth and allow yourself to just clear. Just call the Virgo full moon, clear out whatever you need to clear out. I'm fully open to receive it. It will do that. Okay. So just calling it Virgo full moon, dissolve what no longer serves me. Write that into the comment section. Virgo full moon dissolves what no longer serves me. And it is so. That is so. Okay. Next card we have is Mirror Guardian. Okay. This Virgo full moon is bringing up where we need to rest, where we're being mirrored by other people through reactiveness, right? We say something, someone doesn't agree, the anger, the aggression comes up, and then we feel that fire energy in our solar plexus. So this is telling you, how are you being mirrored? What are things that this grandmother moon is teaching you to look within yourself through this process? This is a reflection within your inner being. It's an opportunity for you to reclaim something so much deeper. So this is a mirror. Look inside the mirror of yourself and your shadow and balance shadow and light, balance reality and fantasy, right? See the mirror of the two spaces because they will teach you what this cycle is here to really let go of. Speaking of teaching, we have the great teacher and we have a dove. Anyone resonate with the dove? So spiritual experiences. Know that all the experiences you're gathering during this beautiful full moon in Virgo is all an opportunity to help you on your next cycle. Okay? The wisdom will stay. The victimhood will be birthed and given to the earth. Okay? So like any shadow, we're grieving this part of us. Some of you might actually feel this depth of grief, this depth of like, whew, okay, now I'm sitting into the teacher's seat. Now I'm sitting in the student's seat, okay? Allow yourself to know when you're playing both on those both. A teacher is always a student. And sometimes our ego says, oh, we know this already. But no, you don't know anything. I don't know any. We don't know anything. We are living this human experience. You don't know when you're going to die. You don't know when you're going to get married. I was watching this perfect podcast the other day and they say, some people wait a lifetime to get married to their specific person and be with that lover of their life, but they don't know when it's going to happen. It just happens. And before you know it, you have kids and a family or you're going through divorce and whatever it is. We don't know what's going to happen, but how much of yourself has been receiving your journey so far. This Virgo full moon is telling you, how much are you not receiving the mirrors, the lessons? You know, there's a song that's in my head right now, and I really suggest you guys listening into it. It's called Grandmother, I Am the Earth by Aaliyah Sharer. And I think it's so amazing. It's called Grandmother, I Am the Earth. Go listen to it after. I hear it when I'm speaking to you guys in my ears. I listened to it this morning and such a big birth came through. The other card I have is the White Witch. So be the light. Again, this is coming down to allowing you step into your voice, stepping into your power. I'm going to be more specific than that. I'm going to say that the aggression, the quick to make comments, like I said, this isn't the time. Pick your fights. This isn't the time. Okay. Wait till the 10th of March. We can just allow ourselves to be more collected in that energy, right? So here's like, be the light. And where you see that someone's trying to dim your light, you have the power to cut that cord. You have the power to say no. And if you feel like you don't have that power, this is an opportunity for you to sit with it and ask yourself, where did you feel your power was taken? Where did you feel that you never had a choice? What part of your inner child was told that you didn't have a choice in things, or that choice was taken away from you? And this can go back ancestrally, guys. This can go back ancestrally. I'm feeling this on the feminine side, mother side. If this resonates, take it. If it doesn't. And there's an owl, inner knowledge and wisdom with the butterfly. The rebirth is already happening, and the wisdom is right in front of you. Ooh. So these are the cards. Let's see if there's any affirmation cards. Guys, don't forget to like the video. Helps a lot. Ooh, the card fell. Give me a second. Okay. Don't forget to like the video and to share with your friends. Come back to the video. Comment down below what resonated with you. Let's get the conversation and community here. Subscribe, put notification bell so you don't miss it, because YouTube is weird and doesn't show you guys these videos. And TikTok, if you guys, YouTube and TikTok, follow me on TikTok and Instagram, Shika_Chica. I only have one account. It's Shika, SHIKA_Chica, CHICA. Any other account that messages you readings and stuff, it ain't me. And I do not do that. That is not an integrity of me. And I will mention that right now. Okay. Okay. Let's see. You guys got two words with F here. Okay. So freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Who told you you don't have freedom? Someone. Ooh, this is, yeah, that's a deep one for y'all. Friendships. I understand that friend is in my life for a reason. Whether you're ending a friendship, cutting a cord with a relationship that is either in your life or has come back into fruition, random texts from the ex, random texts from the friend, being like, hey, let's connect. Like, why are they coming up? They're coming up because this is an initiation for you. Something was not said, okay? And if something's not said, then, you know, not Nigerian, St. Lucian, Caribbean island gal. So friendships is so important for those of you who are lonely. Okay. For those of you who are lonely, this is an opportunity for you to understand what are you calling in for friendships and community. You know, one of the biggest things with this Virgo full moon is also understanding that the parts of you that were probably judged or bullied for being a certain way or different is your light, is honestly your treasure. And you are getting forgiveness for yourself, forgiving yourself, your inner child for that. But it's also you're seeding in the next season, in the next new moon, you're going to be seated and having more reflection of the friends you want. And now that you've come to a space of how does it feel and I can't hold myself when I'm alone, then you're going to be able to hold yourself even more when you're with people. Because when we don't know how to hold ourselves when we're alone, what happens is we attach ourselves to these relationships out of desperation and fear of loneliness, and we keep those people a long time around us, and they are draining. So this Virgo full moon is like, cut them. Okay. If there's a friend here, partner here that you need to cut, and you're like, well, I'm going to be alone, honey, this is your sign. This is your sign that they're here for a reason. There's a karmic stuff that has to be cleared and understood and received in this lesson. And once you do that, then you're freeing yourself. You are empowering yourself in this space. Okay. I want to share a couple PSAs with you guys. Okay. 1, email list. Check your emails soon. I might be sending something. I'm sitting on something for a bit, but you'll thank me later. So make sure you check your email. Second of all, I want to share with you guys my medicine retreats. Okay. We got 3. We got the Divine Masculine that's happening in June, and we have the Activated Goddess in Portugal that's happening in August. And then the last one is going to be the Untold Stories and Ancestral Retreat. Okay. If you are feeling like you want community, that you feel like you want to heal in community, and I really do suggest it, because when you heal alone, you really don't get to see what it's like, how you can integrate this in the real world. If you're in your room all the time doing this healing for a long time on your own, you're going to get a different perspective when you're working in, connecting, holding, being held. If you want to learn how to be held and you have a hard time being held and creating space, this is a space for you. I will be serving Kambo medicine and other medicines as well during this time. We'll be doing breathwork, shamanic practices, workshops, beautiful, delicious, dieta-friendly vegan food, and you'll get a beautiful space to sleep in and relax in nature. So if that is something that you're looking for, and you're looking for to be held, and you feel that little itch, apply down below, fill out the Google form. TikTok, you guys can apply for that in the bio. And yeah, I would love to see you there. I'm still connected with so many of you guys who came last year, and I'm so happy to see all the changes that have gone for you. And these are life-changing experiences, guys. You make friends for life, and it's just so amazing. And there's more to come for that community. There's more to come for those who we get to connect in person. It's going to be so great. The Divine Masculine is tapping into how to hold structure in your dreams, how to, we're working on father relationship. Yes. We're working on brother relationship. We're working with how we fear the masculine, and we're working with the masculine itself. I want to call masculine community. Where are you? I want you guys to come into this space. We have masculine within all of us, no matter who you are. But if you resonate with the wounded masculine, come to this retreat. The next one's the Activated Goddess. This is happening in Portugal, this beautiful activated goddess temple space. And we are going to be tuning into working with, the womb, working with Kundalini, working with the sacral, activating our Shakti energy. We're going to be doing such deep, deep work. It is a very vulnerable retreat and very opening. It's life-changing. It's a full rebirth on the other side. If you're ready for a rebirth, tapping into your feminine and flow, if you've gone through feeling uncomfortable in your feminine, if you've gone through trauma, this is going to be great for you. Lastly is the Untold Stories. You're the first one in your generation, in your family, to do healing. You're the first one in your family to do the healing, and you feel like you're the weird person. This is for you. Okay, you're understanding why you're here. Why were you given this initiation? If you've had a hard time to have a relationship with your family members, you don't feel close with your family members, then this is for you. This retreat is for you. Okay, this is going to give you some unbelievable magical encounters. Last year, the retreats we had, it was just like, oh my God, the magic, the encounters, the things that came up, guys. It was so potent. The lands were even confirming with us. Even the staff at the place were saying, we've never seen the land so responsive and so much nature and wildlife. It was beautiful. We even had frogs everywhere. There's always frogs at all the retreats we go to. So again, if you have any questions, message me on Instagram. Shika, SHIKA_CHICA is my only account, or you can email me if that works better for you. It's linked to my bio, linked to my link tree. You'll find my email there. You can email me and let me know you're ready to apply, or you can just go directly to my website and apply directly. And I'm really excited. And once you apply, I'll look at your application and we can decide if it's a good fit for you. That's really important to me. These aren't big retreats. They're intimate retreats. I don't take more than 10 people. That's if I take 10 people, and they're very, very potent. Okay. So I love you all so much. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in this energy. I really, 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 really appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Okay. And again, don't forget to like, subscribe, put notification bells, comment what resonated. Happy Virgo full moon. And I hope this next week and a half is bringing you all that you need. Okay. Love you. Bisous. Ciao. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.